Hi everyone, I have another layout for you today. This one I was kind of experimenting with a different style from my usual, and I think I like it. I don't know if you ever look at a layout and you're like, I don't know if I don't like it because it's different than what I normally do, or I don't know if I don't like it because it's bad. But that's kind of where I'm at with this one. But the more I let it sit, the more it grows on me. So that was some of the die cuts with the View Glitzy paper. That's the paper I told you was very similar to American Crafts POW. And I'm using a Die-namics die from My Favorite Things called Story Starters to cut that glitter paper. And this particular die reads Best Day Ever. But that pack has some really great ones because that pack has also observations, true story, and status update. So if you're into project life or that social media scrapbooking, that kind of thing, they work really well for that. Now, I personally don't like letters that are empty, so I actually am going back through and taking all the little bits and pieces that fall out with the letter and gluing them back to the background. And I have literally glued this piece right to the white cardstock that I'm going to build my layout on because I know I'm going to cover it up, so I don't really care if there's a hole in it. And so now I'm just going to cut it out from literally this. It's literally cutting it out of the center of my layout. And again, it's not a big deal to do that because I know there's going to be photos on top of that. And so I'm just trimming around that bit there. And now I'm going to stamp, I think. Oh no, I'm trimming my photos. Okay, I wanted to turn the photos into a collage. After I played with them for a while, I decided I wanted something more structured. So I used Post-it notes to stick them in the configuration I wanted, and then I used a Sharpie pen to just draw where I needed to make my cuts. And now I'm just going to use my craft knife to do that. Then what I do is I use Post-it notes to stick them together again, and Scotch makes a scrapbooking tape, which is acid-free. I just tape them together on the back. So I don't really try very hard to get them exactly perfect. They're like kind of funky looking on the back, but nobody sees the back. So it's a quick and easy way to make a photo collage without a lot of measuring, with no measuring really, which is okay by me. So now I have a piece of Dear Lizzy vellum on the yellow grid lace from the Dear Lizzy collection. And I thought I would base my layout on this. I thought a lot of things as I went through this. And this video, I actually kept a lot of the things that I didn't choose. Normally I cut out a lot of what I don't choose from the video, but in this one I decided to leave it in just so you could see that I often have no idea what I'm doing when I start a layout. So I thought I was going to go for something really super vibrant, you know, beach, ocean, the energy of the sea, the sun, and then the more I went in that direction, the less I liked it. So I ended up going in the opposite direction. But I have the American Crafts ribbon pack for the Dear Lizzy Neapolitan collection, and I'm just going to layer some together. So I have an aqua scallop that is the same sort of color as the cloud vellum, and then I have a white satin scallop that I'm going to adhere just a little below that, and I'm just adhering these with double stick tape and tucking them around to the back. And then I'm going to put this golden one in between the two to cover the gap, and then I'm going to put foam tape on the back of my title and pop it up over the golden one just so it kind of looks almost like that golden ribbon is a ribbon slide with that title piece. So then I'm like, no, I kind of hate this. So I get rid of that grid paper and change the color of the stamping I've done. I've stamped this stamp already in blue, which I was planning on using it in blue, but I didn't like it. So now I'm redoing it in this kind of chamomile orangey color, mango color, and that is from a My Favorite Things stamp set called Right This Way. Another great stamp set for making layouts. Lots of arrows. But it's a really good set. lots of really useful stamps in that one. So now I've pretty much decided that I'm going to go with the white cardstock background, but I thought it was looking a little plain to me, so I spritzed it with the mustard Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and that really helped a lot, but I didn't like just the mist. I kind of wanted splatters too. I wanted more of the energy of the dots to draw your eye from corner to corner, so I went in and I added those. And then I decided I wanted my photo on the left instead of on the right. And now I'm starting to like the look of how it's going. It's starting to look good to me now. So you can see I have this big bag of die cuts. What I do when I buy a paper pad is when I get home, I cut all the pages out of the pad. I cut the cover of the pad down to 12 by 12. And any of the pages that I think I want to cut apart and use as die cuts rather than use as 12 by 12 sheets for layouts, I cut all of those out when I get it. And I store all of that together in a bag, a 13 by 13 bag, and it basically becomes like a collection pack, and it makes it really super easy to pick through quickly what exactly I want when it's time to sit down and do a layout. So you can see I've chosen the jar, and I've chosen one of the little Polaroid pieces, and now I'm taking the brads from the collection and I'm putting them through the paper along the line that I have drawn from corner to corner with the dots. So they're just going to carry that line and reinforce the directionality of the layout. So I thought I wanted silver in more than just one place on the layout, so I got my McGill file tab punch and I punched another piece of the glitzy paper, this time in the silver, and I decided I want it in that upper left corner over there. So I'm going to adhere it down, and again I'm just going to use double stick tape for this. And people ask about this punch a lot. McGill does not make this punch anymore, so this punch is discontinued, but there are companies that have dies that make the folded over tab, like Lifestyle Crafts has one, so you could probably find something else similar. Okay, so here's another stamp from My Favorite Things. This one happens to be from the stamp set called Behind the Camera Sentiments, which is another fabulous set for scrapbooking. And I have combined two different phrases or sentiments from that set to create a title that reads Live in the Moment. And I'm just going to cut it out with my craft knife, and then I'm going to turn it into a banner. And I'm going to layer that over the file tab. The other stamp from My Favorite Things reads, You'll Find Me Here. So I put that down, and I haven't adhered it, but I'm letting it sit there because I'm not sure I like it exactly like that. So I mess around with the title, and then I realized it's just too stark, so I spray it with the same color shine that I used on the background, and I loved it. And so I think that this is how the layout looks now, and I really like it. I like the soft feel of it more.